I'm Dr. Kristen R. Bromley. This video series, which is part of my online music academy, specifically accompanies Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2 from my Method Book series. Like all my books, this selection is available to purchase through Amazon and Google Play. For help, see the links in the description below. In the videos which are part of this specific course, I progress through the lessons in Chords and Harmony Books 1 and 2, explaining and demonstrating concepts and playing each of the songs and exercises contained therein, so you can hear how they sound and play them right along with me. You are of course welcome to view these videos with or without the book, but with the book you can work through all the songs and exercises, and in the process learn all the various types of chords used to play music on the guitar and master your chord playing abilities. Alright, let's get to jamming in this lesson. Hey there, welcome back for lesson 7. I hope you've been having fun playing the guitar. Happy to have you joining me here. In this lesson we're going to learn a new chord, the B7 chord. So, I've got it drawn up here. On this chord, it's the first chord that we've played that uses all 4 fingers, so we get to work our pinky a little bit now. And this may be the first time you're playing the pinky. When I play a G chord, I usually finger it, so I'm using the pinky, but this may be your first time. This chord actually isn't too bad. It looks a little complicated. We have our index finger at the 4th fret. Sorry, not 4th fret, 4th string, 1st fret. We have our middle finger at the 2nd fret of the 5th string. Our ring finger is at the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and our pinky is at the 2nd fret of the 1st string. We don't strum the bottom string, just the top 5. As I arpeggiate through, play one note of the chord at a time, it reminds me that if you're still having chords that are buzzing and bothering you, one of the things you can do is pluck through one at a time and try and find which one is having problems. Readjust your fingers. Usually they just need to be more on the tips. I don't know if you can see too well the lines across my fingers, but they're all on the tips. Now grabbing this chord is actually, I don't think it's so bad, because these 3 fingers work the same way as they do for D7. So we have D7 here, those 3 fingers. Now we're just playing that up on these lower strings. Up on the lower strings is kind of funny to say it that way, but we've got our fingers on the lower strings, and it's that same grab, and then our pinky up on the higher string. Another way to look at it is every other string has a finger at the 2nd fret, and then we have our index, 1st fret. I usually grab it in a similar manner that I do B7, so I plant my index finger, add the other 2, and then my pinky, just like so. So we're gonna take a look here at Home on the Range. The songs in this lesson are in the key of E major. So E chord is our 1 chord. And if you need to review the E chord, we have our index 1st fret of the 3rd string, our 2nd finger at the 2nd fret of the 5th string, and our ring finger at the 2nd fret of the 4th string. We strum all 6. Our A chord in the key of E is the 4 chord. So we have the open A string, and then we've got our index finger right there at the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, our middle finger 2nd fret of the 4th string, and our ring finger 2nd fret of the 2nd string. So that's our 4 chord, and then the B7 is our 5 chord. Let's take a moment and practice going from E to B7 and E to B7. So for me, when I move from E to B7, I'm taking my ring finger off, I'm moving my index, and then I'm planting the other 2. So I'm leaving my middle finger down. That one stays down, that's a common finger between the 2. And then I just switch these 2 fingers from what strings they're on and add my pinky. Switch them, add the pinky. Switch them, add the pinky. So we have E to B7, to E to B7, to E, B7, E, B7. Let's practice A to B7. So for A to B7, I actually have to move all 3 fingers. But if they're already configured in that tight shape for A, all I got to do is kind of spread them out so my index comes over and to that first fret and the other two stay, but it's still kind of a little triangular configuration, and then I add my pinky. So I have A, B7, A, B7, A, B7, A, B7, and back and forth between A and B7. Okay, so we're going to play Home on the Range. This song's in 3/4 time, so we're going to use our handy-dandy 3/4 time strumming pattern. 1, 2, up, 3, up. So this is the most recent one we've done. This is the one that I use most of the time for 3/4 time, songs in 3/4 time. Occasionally I'll use the one we first worked on. This is really the one that is the best for most songs in 3/4. So we're gonna have oh, it's kind of low. So oh, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Great old folk tune. Let's go on to page 41 now. We'll do Goodnight Ladies. We're going to use the 4/4 strumming pattern. Same idea, but down, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up. 1, 2, up, 3, up, 4, up. There's a couple places in this song where there are 2 chords per measure. So a little bit of a review as we go from E to B7 to E. We used this trick in the last lesson where we're down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So practice that with me. This is the second measure of the second line. E, B7, so you got down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. There's a couple places where that sort of thing happens. On the third line, keep an eye out for the B7, E, and then we start the next measure with E. So again, B7, E, and then the next measure with E. Okay, so down, down, up, down, up, down, up. 1, 2, a 1, 2, ready, and good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. Good night, ladies. We're going to leave you now. Merrily we roll along, roll along, roll along. Merrily we roll along over the deep blue sea. Farewell, ladies. Farewell, ladies. Farewell, ladies. We're going to leave you now. Some of these old romance songs are old-time cute more than necessarily romantic. But we'll go on to Nobody Knows the Trouble I've Seen. We're going to use that same strumming pattern. Nobody knows. So we'll have this one. There are just 1 chord per bar in places, so we don't have to worry about those 2 chord per bar tricks. But here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow. Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Glory, hallelujah. And there we are. If we flip over the page, over to page 42, we're going to do My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. Some more practice with B7. We're going to use our 3/4 time strumming pattern. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. It's one of the first songs I learned when I was playing piano as a youngster. So we're going to have one, and it's in 3/4. There's a pickup, so I'll give you the 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, my. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, my Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me, to me. Bring back, oh, bring back my Bonnie to me. So we're going to move on to number 5, House of the Rising Sun. Now this one, instead of being in the key of E major, is actually in the key of E minor. So E minor is our 1 chord. Something that helps me know that it's in the key of E minor and that it's in a minor key is that the first and last chord is E minor. So a song, more often than not, starts with the chord of the key it's in, but not always. But 99% of the time, a song will end for sure on the chord of the key that it's in. There are occasions when we have a deceptive cadence, a deceptive way of ending, where we go somewhere we don't expect to. This song also has some other chords. So we're used to having songs with the 1, 4, and 5 chord in it. This one has the 1 chord, then it goes to a G major, which is the 3 chord in E minor. And the 4 chord, instead of being a minor chord, we've substituted for the major chord, so that's kind of clever and fun. And then the C is the 6th chord. In major keys, the 3 chord and the 6 chord are naturally minor. In a minor key, it's the opposite. The 3 chord and the 6 chord are major, usually. So we've got those in it, and then we have the B7, which is the 5 chord. I love this progression. This is a great old tune. In this particular lesson, the melody and words aren't here. You can look them up. It's also later in the book we'll actually do it. But we're just going to practice this chord progression, which is one of my all-time favorite chord progressions. It's just so great. So, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. do it again. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Kind of ended a bar earlier. Sometimes I will just end in that last bar rather than strumming through it and then ending. Alright, so great chord progression. You can look up the lyrics for that one if you want to. Sings the woes of bad choices. And learning from others' bad choices so we don't have to. And learning from our own. It's just a part of life. So, on to number 6, though. Pop music progression V1. In this one, we're going to use a technique that we've used before. It's written there right on the staff, where we're going to use the down, down, up, up, down, up strumming pattern when there's 1 chord per bar. And when there's 2 chords per bar, we're just going to use the first half of that, switch chords, use it again, and then we go back. Now, on this one, you got to watch out for the A to the E, and then we have it start again. Note that there is a repeat at the end of the second line. It goes back to the beginning. So you go 1, 2, a 1, 2, ready, and final tune. Alright, so we're going to take a look now at Polly Wolly Doodle and sing this one. And for this, we'll just down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. It's got a 1 bar or 1 beat pickup. We'll throw a little bit of swing to it, and we go 1, 2, 3. Oh, I went down south for to see myself, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day. Oh, my Sally is a spunky gal, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day. Very well, very well, very well, my fairy fae. For I'm going to Louisiana for to see my Susiana, singing Polly Wolly Doodle all the day. If we turn over to page 44, we're going to do one of my favorite folk tunes of all time, Danny Boy, also known as Londonderry Air. Such a great one. It's got a big range, so we'll do the best that we can singing it in this key. For some of you, it may be just right. For me, it goes. It needs to be just a little bit higher, but. And this has 3 beats of a pickup, so I'm going to give that a whole bar of count off plus one beat, and then we'll be into oh Danny boy, down, down, up, up, down, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Oh Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. 'Tis you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be there in sunshine or in shadow. Oh Danny boy, I love you so. Great old tune. Okay, so now we're going to go on to page 45. A couple new strumming techniques that we'll be throwing in here, and that's where we'll go next. Okay, so here we are with number 9 on page 45. Now, on this one, there's some different strumming patterns written right onto the staff. So we start off by doing our down, down, up, up, down, up, which is perhaps the most universal strumming pattern across styles for 4/4 time that there is. We use that one a lot. And we'll use that everywhere where there's one chord per bar. And then these places where there's 2 chords per bar, we have some different options we're going to use. So the first measure of the second line, we're going to do down, down, up, down, up, down. We've done that before, but let's practice that bar. So we've got an E to the E7. Note that the E continues from the previous bar for the first half. Then we'll be on to the A, down, down, up, up, down, up. Let's do that again. 1, 2, ready, and we're going to have E, E7, then the A. Then on this next bar, we're going to do something we haven't done before, which is we're going to go down, up for the first chord, and then do down, up for the second chord. So we're going to have E, E7. Let's practice those last 2 bars of that second line. So E, E7, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. Then on the third line, which repeats by the way, we've got in the second measure something we've done before where we've got down, down, up, down, down, up, and there's 2 chords per bar. So down, down, up, down, down, up. Let's do that. Down, down, up, down, down, up. Then as it continues, we have down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Let's practice that last line. So we go 1, 2, ready, and E. You got down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. A little tricky. Let's do it again. 1, 2, ready, and E. Okay, let's play this progression. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and we got E, E7, E7, E, E7, A, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, Let's try taking it a little faster. 1, 2, a 1, 2, ready, and E7, 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 A, E7, E7, good tricky practices on our coordination and our control on what we're doing with that right hand. There was a point in there where it was an E chord. I said E7. Hopefully that didn't throw you off. I was looking ahead to the B7 and said E7. So, okay, so let's move on to number 10, the 12-bar blues in E. This will be the third 12-bar blues progression that we've played. We played one in lesson 5 in the key of A. We played one in the last lesson in the key of D. And we're going to play one here in the key of E. Now, with this one, we get a new thing happening that we haven't done before, and that is that we're going to play dominant 7th chords for the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. Sometimes this happens. When we play that flatted 7th in there, it sort of creates a bluesy flavor, and this is one of the places, it's kind of a rare occasion where we'll actually play a 1 chord as a 5-7 chord, or a dominant 7th chord, but it's 1 with the flatted 7th, and we'll do the same thing. We'll throw that flatted 7th onto the 4 chord, and then the 1. So in this song, in this progression, the E7 is functioning as the 1 chord even though it's dominant 7th. The 4 chord is the A7 and it's functioning as a dominant 7th, we're playing it as a dominant 7th chord, though it's not functioning as the 5-7, and then E7. The B7 is the true dominant 7th chord. And sometimes that happens with these blueses, although that's not traditionally a practice that is okay in theoretical practice, but it is something we do with blues music sometimes. So it sounds bluesy and we like it. So we're going to do it here. We're going to go down, down, up, up, down, up. We'll play it once through. When we get to that last measure, let's go ahead and play that B7, and then we'll end on the E7. So here you go. 1, 2, a 1, 2, ready, and E7, A7, E7, A7, back to E7. We got the B7, A7, E7, E7. Can you kind of hear that bluesy flavor by altering those chords so they're all dominant 7th chords? Let's do it one more time and I'll shout out the theory analysis. So we got a 1, 2, ready. We got the 1 chord and the 4 chord. Back to the 1. Ending on a dominant 7th chord doesn't quite have the same final resolution as playing an E chord, because that tension wants to be resolved. So anyway, but it's bluesy. Alright, so we'll move on to number 11. This is the last one of this lesson. Now in this song we're going to use another new technique, and this will be the first time we've done this. We're going to use this strumming pattern: down, down, up, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up. That's not new. What is new is that we're going to continue using that strumming pattern even when there's 2 chords per bar. And we're going to do that in a way that's going to be a little different than anything else we've done before, because we're going to anticipate where the chord comes in. So we have this syncopation happening in the middle. And we could switch chords two places. We could change chords right where this happens, but the strum isn't going to happen. So we're either going to hear it over here on the and of 3 with the new chord, or we need to anticipate and go with where that syncopated figure starts on the and of 2 and put it in there. This is the normal place to put it. This is the best place to put it. We almost always, I always hesitate to say never and always, but we almost always anticipate when we have a syncopated figure when there's a chord change happening. So in that fourth bar of number 11, we have C to the D7. The D7's written right above beat 3, but we're not actually strumming beat 3. So we could wait, we could go down, down, up, down, up. So down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Down, down, up, down, up. That's the unusual way, and rather we usually anticipate it by bringing it in on the end of 2. That's going to sound like down, down, up, down, up. See how much more that propels the music forward? Because we're bringing it a little bit early, we're anticipating where it actually comes in time. So when I play that C, D7, G, let's play that over and over. You got C, switch, the G, and C, switch to the G. You got the C, switch to the G. We're going to have that same thing happening the first 2 bars of the second line. E minor, A7, C, G. Let's do it again. E minor, A7, C, G. Just join in. E minor, A7, C, G. Again, E minor, A7, C, G. Propels that music forward. If I did it the other way, we'd have E minor, C. Doesn't quite fit. So on down, anticipate, down, anticipate. Alright, here we go with the song. We got a 1, 2, ready, got the G, the B7, E minor, C, D7, the G, E minor, A7, C, G, repeat, G to the B7, E minor, yeah, C, D7, G, E minor, A7, C, G, B7, E minor, D7, G, B7, E minor, D7, G, then G, D7, E minor, the C to the D, to the G, E minor, A7, C, D7, and they're on G. Hope you've been having fun learning guitar, playing lots and lots. We play and play, and you can rewind and practice along with me as much as you'd like to. Practice on your own. Hope you're having a great time. We'll go on to lesson 8. And lesson 8, we're going to learn two new chords actually. So, we'll see you then.
If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For help with other guitar playing skills, check out more of my method books and the numerous lessons available as part of my online academy here on YouTube. You can find more information about me and my products at kristenbromley.com. Take care.